I have personally, had the opportunity to do a call with Matt Rosa. Literally a phenomenal person, such a servant leader. Like, guys, when I tell you, he is definitely one of the main reasons that I actually, decided to go all in this business, and that I really owe a lot of my chairman run to him, to keep it a buck. I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you who've been in for about a year now, early February, him and Jason had did a blitz, a 7-day blitz, and literally, family, like, when I tell you guys, like, I used to miss all the blitz. Like, I was super not plugged in when I, like, first got started. I just, was like just going through the motion, right? And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hop on this blitz. And literally the first day that I hopped on the blitz, I was just like mind blown. Like Matt was just going off. Like, when I tell you, and that was really the day that I decided, I was like, yo, I'm going chairman. And like, literally, even when I hit P5 and I hit chairman, like, I literally told him, like, yo, I'm so grateful for you, and like all the impact that you've had on my life, like, indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, I before that, I didn't really have that many conversations with Matt Rosa, like, personally. So it's like, yo, like, to really sit here and say that this man, off of one call that I hopped on him with, off of one call that I hopped on, right, of his, like, that shit completely changed my life, completely, like, made me just want to go ham and, like, literally run it up. Like, literally, guys, this man is such an inspiration. Like, literally one of my top mentors. Like, I can't even, like, guys, I could go on all day. Honestly, he's a phenomenal leader. Like, I'm so super grateful to even have him on this call today, to just talk to you guys. So it's late. I need everybody to drop some fire emojis. I need y'all to get the energy up on this call before I bring up the man with the plan, Matt Rosa himself. Drop that fire, drop that fire, drop that fire. Let me find him. Take it away.
Yo. Bitch, what's good?
What's up? Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, for me, inside of this industry, one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is keeping our finger on the pulse of the business. And that means really knowing all the success stories, all the up and coming leaders on a personal basis, not just knowing their names, but like getting to know them as individuals. But every so often, especially with the size of the organization, every so often there's a leader that emerges that we honestly didn't see on our radar. That is so low maintenance, so high reward. Someone that you really don't have to contact 24/7 to see if they're working, because they're putting in the numbers regardless. Someone that doesn't look for the recognition, but earns the recognition. And Mitch, out the gate, he was one of those individuals. Like, I didn't find who Mitch was until P5, and I was like, wait, what? Like, when did this happen? Like, where did this emerge from? And then soon after that, immediately it was chairman. You really don't give no problems, only solutions. You come to us looking for growth only. You're so self-sufficient. And I know a lot of that plays a massive role with like working with Jen, working with Ty. But at the end of the day, we got your back. And we're so excited for the fact that you're seeing the results that you're seeing inside of this industry, especially at the fact that like you've never touched 6 figures inside of this industry before. Like, this is your first run really making something happen inside of the industry and network marketing, the greatest industry in the world. Thank you. The greatest industry in the world. And I commend you, because I know that this is just a start. Like 2020, if you can do something like this in 2020, I mean, it's been crazy in 2020. Like, it feels like we in Jumanji in 2020. I'm excited to know what's going to go down in 2021. So, Mitch, we love you. We appreciate you. We're grateful. I thank you for inviting me onto this call and giving me the proximity to the organization. I'm looking at your views and I'm like, damn, yo, like my views are a bunch of boxes behind me. We're in the process of moving. Your views are, yo, straight up. Congratulations on your success, girl. For real. I know this is just a start. And everybody on this call right now, we got close to 100 people on this call right now. Let's see. We got 90 people on this call, but we only got like 5 cameras on. That's a problem. Thank you, Josh, for turning that on. Thank you, King, for turning that on. Thank you, Jonathan, for turning that on. El Padrino, thank you for turning that on. Reina, thank you for turning that on. Guys, most of the time that my camera is not on, my boy Mustafa in the building, most of the time that my camera is not on, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. Let's call it what it is. The new PlayStation just came out. Some of y'all gaming right now while listening to this call. Right. Some of you guys are Netflixing and chilling with Bay right now. Some of us are on Instagram scrolling while this call's going on. And I'm gonna let you know right now, guys, if you are not here 100%, you shouldn't even much be on the call. I'm gonna be real with you guys because it's gonna go in one ear and out the other, right? So first thing I'm gonna need is these cameras on. Thank you guys for turning on these cameras. Y'all look good, too, man. And second, next thing I'm gonna need from each and every single one of you guys, I need to make sure y'all are taking notes. No, not because note takers are money makers. I really don't even like when people say note takers are money makers because I was broke as a joke taking notes, right? But real talk, your notes are your uncashed checks. Your notes are your uncashed checks, yo. So these notes, I want you to understand, our goal here is to create a better tomorrow, right? Our goal is to create a better tomorrow. How are we going to create a better tomorrow if we cannot remember what it is that we spoke about today? Right? You only retain about 5% of what it is that you learn if you don't write this stuff down. And our goal is to help create 1,000 chairman 10s and above. Our goal is to help go out and impact the lives of 1 million people all around the world. And in order to do so, we're going to have to refer back to these notes. We're really going to have to refer back to these notes and really just analyze what's going on. Right? Because there may be something that's said today that you may not remember, and that's something maybe exactly what you need in order to go chairman 10, right? And the next thing that I'm gonna need from each and every single one of you guys, each one teach one. You see, it's not about what you can do inside of this organization, rather what it is you can teach, right? Because if you can teach it, that's been proven to be duplicatable, and duplication leads to momentum that each and every single one of us are after. And the last thing is this: if it stings, it's for you. If it stings, it's for you. Here's the thing. If I take a bottle of alcohol and I start pouring it on my arm and it doesn't burn, I have no open wounds. But if it starts to burn, well, that means it's disinfecting something, right? And we can't heal what it is that we hide. So if you ignore it, you're not going to be able to fix what it is that you fail to confront. If something makes you go during this training, that's exactly what it is that you need to work on in order to go chairman 10 and above. I don't get on these calls and I don't talk to people based upon where it is that they're at. I like to talk to not even where it is that they've been, but more so where it is that we're going. And I know that everybody on this call has the intention to go chairman 10 and above, has the intention to impact the lives of at least 500 people, right? And if that's the case, we can't hide from the things that we're suffering from. We got to be honest about it. And the number one person you got to be honest about it with is yourself. So without further ado, we're going to get started. My name is Matt Rosa. I'm one of the top leaders and a Chairman 750 here within I Am Mastery Academy. I've been with this company now since November in 2015, guys. Actually, on the 18th, I hit 5 years with this company, right? 5 years with this company. Outside of the industry and marketing since 2012, I want to say. This industry is really all that I know. And for the first 2 years inside of the industry, I made a whopping $600 a month. That's right. A lot of people, I hear them complain, yo, I've been stuck at P6 for a few months. Yo, I was at P6 level for 2 years. But the reason that I wasn't where I wanted to be was not because of the company I was in. And mind you, back then we were selling health and wellness products, weight loss shakes, energy drinks. It wasn't because of the company. It wasn't because of the comp plan, because you had people like Alex Morton making bank on that comp plan. It was because of the fact that there were certain things inside of my life that I had yet to learn, whether it was inside of the business or outside of the business, that played a direct correlation with the money that I was making inside of the industry. My third year, I got some schooling under my belt, got up to about $2,000 a month. Then I found I Am Academy. 63 days, Chairman 10. No, it's crazy. They say that it takes years to become an overnight success. 63 days, Chairman 10. A year later, Chairman 25. A year later, Chairman 100. A year later, Chairman 500. Currently sitting at Chairman 500 right now. I mean, Chairman 750 right now. And the crazy thing is this. I've experienced the highs and I've experienced the lows. I've experienced the momentum and I've experienced the pullbacks. But what has got me through, like a lot of people, they'll get on the call with you and they won't be honest with you and tell you like, hey, look, I dropped rank, right? Now, we solid Chairman 750 in the building right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. We solid Chairman 750 in the building. But when I hit Chairman 500, I held it for roughly a 3-month span. And then I spent about 8 months at the rank of Chairman 250. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, man, like that's not a big drop. But think of it this way. Every month that I wasn't a Chairman 500 and that I had dropped because of my own problems, because of my wrongdoing, every time that check came around, I could only remember that there's $300,000 missing from my check right now. And I started to chase this rank again. And I was like, man, I got to get back to C5. I got to get back to C5. Like whatever I do, I got to get back to C5. And I was putting promos out. I was touring. I was calling my team. I was recruiting. And what was crazy about this entire situation was that wasn't what was going to get me back to C500. You see, I really believe that God gives you, and we're going to go over this in a little bit, but God really gives us what it is that we pray for, what it is that we desire, just to see what it is that we're going to do with it. He'll give you a taste of what it is. And for me, I hit this rank and I stopped taking as many calls. Maybe took a few more vacations. Shit, I'm going to be honest. I was in the club getting lit. My drip was on point. I stopped doing the things that got me there on a business aspect, but also on a mental aspect, an emotional aspect, and a spiritual aspect as well. You see, you're talking about becoming a part of the 1%. The 1%. Do you know what that means? You got to act like the 1% consistently. There's not a lot of room up there for the 1%. So the moment that you take a step back is the moment that you allow yourself permission to go right back to where it is that you came from. And that's exactly what had happened to me. It's exactly what happened to me in multiple times inside of my career since I've been inside of the industry in network marketing. And I think that the number one thing that really played a significant role, and this is what it is that we're going to be talking about today, is intentional living. Intentional living. You see, brothers and sisters, we live and work inside of an industry where it could become very mundane very, very fast. And what do I mean by that? I mean, let's call it what it is, especially during lockdown. We've been doing the same things over and over again. How many times can you do a 3-way call and stay fired up? How many times could you jump on a chairman call and hear the same thing, kind of regurgitated though from a different perspective, and stay fired up? How many times can you go and go to the same event and stay fired up? I get it. I've been in this industry for years, but I want you to understand something. It's not just this industry that happens in. It's literally everything that you do in life. Everything that you do in life without intentional living behind it, it's going to become very mundane very, very fast. It's going to become very mundane very, very fast. And the things that once fired you up are the things that you begin to dread. Oh, man, ain't that some shit? How many times has that happened to us? You see, the business that we once prayed for has now become an obligation that we now have to do. But it's not just in business. Maybe think about your relationship. Without intention behind your relationship with your significant other, the ideal, the dream girl, the dream guy now becomes the ball and chain. It's crazy because this happens, and when it happens in one area, it tends to happen in every area. Because how you do anything is really how it is that you do everything. So I began to look at my business and say like, yo, I'm doing all the right things. And I was. But the intention behind why I was doing what I was doing, it wasn't concrete. You see, I didn't have a just cause. You see, here's the thing, y'all. Let me see if I can get some paper and pen for y'all really quick. Some of y'all may have heard about, man, we're going to write on the mirror. Fuck it. Some of you guys may have seen this before. There's a gentleman by the name of Simon Sinek that I study very closely. He's a thought leader, and he specializes in leadership. And I love leadership. A lot of people fall in love with like social media, closing, network marketing, trading. I fell in love with leadership, the ability to take someone somewhere that they've never been before, the ability to go somewhere first and teach someone how to hit that afterwards, right? I fell in love with leadership. To me, leadership is like, yo, it's crazy what it is that you can do with leadership. Leadership is the highest paid skill set in the world, right? So I want to show you guys something. Check this out. You see, everybody in the world, you know what to do. It's obvious that we know what we do. We are inside of an educational platform that teaches people to trade in two of the most lucrative markets in the world. We know what we do. Some people, the good ones, they know how they do it. But the best leaders, they're able to explain why they do what it is that they do. The best leaders are able to explain why it is that they do what it is that they do. See, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do what you do, right? Your why your why will help you. Your why will help you get through the tough times in your life. Your why will help you get through the stagnancy in your business. Your why is going to help you enjoy the higher times that much more. Your why is the driving force. You see, I don't want to partner with people who need what we have, because what we have, everyone needs what it is that we have. Everyone needs more time. Everyone needs more money. Everyone needs more of a community. Everyone needs to learn a new skill set. You see, I don't want to partner with people who need what we have. Why do you think you go on my gram? I got the Lambo, not just compliance. I'm never trying to even pretend to flex my Lambo. Why do you see me 9 times out of 10 with no jewelry on and a black t-shirt? When I go out, I'm dripped. Don't get me wrong. When I go out, I'm dripped. I got the Rollie on. I got the bust down Cuban on, maybe 2 of them at a time. But when I'm building my business, you don't see it. Why do you think what you see on my page is by design? Because I don't want people to join me for the bullshit. I want people to join me, not that need what I have, that believe in what I believe. See, I want to partner with people who believe in what it is that I believe, because if they believe what I believe, they see what it is that I see. They'll work the way I work. But when they're coming for this, the what? And they don't get it, they ride out. And we wonder why. Because they never join for the right reasons. You see, everything we do has to have a just cause. A cause that is so great. A cause that is so, why do you think our goal right now, momentum, all momentum is a group moving in unison towards one specific task and goal. That's what momentum is. Why do you think our goal is not $1 billion company? We don't want $1 billion company. We want to impact, enrich, and educate the lives of 1 million people. Now, if you do the numbers, I'm going to do the numbers right now. I'm pulling out the calculator. You do the numbers. 1 million people, each one at 150 volume, puts us at 150 million a month. 150 million times 12 leaves us at 1.8 billion. That's powerful right there. You see, if you allow the money, the lifestyle, the numbers to be at the forefront, you're never going to get there, because you're always chasing something that's out of reach. But the moment that you lead with why it is that you do what it is that you do, or able to align. You see, if I sat down with you and I said, yo, we're going to go create $1 billion company. You and me have never created $1 billion company. But if I say we're going to impact the lives of 1 million people, well, we've already began to impact lives, and that's something that you can get behind because you know how to do so. You see, you want to partner with people who believe in what it is that you believe, so they begin to achieve what it is that you achieve. They grind the same way, they think the same way, they move the same way. That's what this is about. Everything we do needs to have an intention behind why it is that we do what it is that we do. Now, this is going to go over some people's heads during this training, but I really think that if you take a step back and you really look at it after this call, if it doesn't make sense now, maybe it's not the chapter of your life for it to make sense. But it will make sense in the future if you're really trying to make this thing a reality. It will make sense, because here's the thing, guys. While we push for chairman, that's your goal. No one's pushing for your goal. But if there's a collective goal that we can move in unison towards, well, then your goal is going to be a byproduct of that. And this goal has to be something that is massive. You see, everyone has something to live for. Everyone has something to live for, but few have something they're willing to die for. Everyone got something they could live for. Some people live because they're afraid to die, but few have something they're willing to die for. And you see, the mission that we have at hand here, that's something I'm willing to die for. It's not about hitting the billies, y'all. I maxed out this comp plan. We're making bread. Trust me, we're making bread. Our highest week alone is over $300,000. We're good. If I never take another call again, I live on the beach out here in Miami with a bar downstairs. I got the gym inside of my building, beautiful people all around, restaurants. Yo, I live where people come to vacation, but yet I'm not vacationing. You see, I could be chilling. I could be a leader that receives the checks and just chills. But what do I look like doing that and then telling you guys to do something different? You see, I'm not willing to live for this life, but I'm willing to die to save the lives of others. Most of us haven't reached that level, and that's why you won't reach this level of success. Not just my level of success financially, but mentally and emotionally. You see, when you get to a point where, yeah, cool, you got the bread, you got the lifestyle, you got the cars, you got the clothes. I got not one of my dream cars, two of them, and one on the way. Just bought my first $1 million property, bought my mom's a crib, fixing up my wife's mom's crib right now. Like we're good, but there's still space with all of that in my life to feel empty. And the only times I feel empty is when I forget why I'm doing what it is that I'm doing. I hit Chairman 100, and I woke up one day, and mind you, I woke up and with me and Jay, this was the last house that we were roommates in. I woke up one day and this crib was dope. I'm not gonna front. Like, this crib was dope. Like, the house surrounded the pool. Behind the pool, there was a dope like body of water in the back. The house was all white. I mean, we used to throw crazy freaking ragers there and parties. And Chairman 100, remember, I went from Chairman 10 to Chairman 100 fast. So the recognition started coming everywhere we went. People wanted to take pictures. You know, I started getting checks that I had never seen in my life before. People calling me their mentors that I didn't even know. Like, things were going crazy. And I found myself in the club a lot. I found myself spending money a lot. And one day I woke up and I realized I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I hit the 7. What next? And I knew at that day, I knew that getting to C250, that wasn't even the answer. A lot of people will numb that feeling with the grind. A lot of people will numb that feeling and just get back to work. I realized that there was a void inside of my life. First and foremost, it was my connection to God. And then the second void that I had inside of my life was that I didn't have a just cause. I didn't have a reason behind why I was doing what it is that I was doing. See, a lot of us on this call right now have experienced quantum growth and leaps inside of our lives. And we've accomplished the goals that we've set out to accomplish. But then when we take a step back and look, we realize that we have no more goals left. Like, yo, we wanted the freedom. We wanted to work on our own. We wanted a group of individuals like this. We wanted all these things. We wanted all these things and we got them, and we're thinking, what's next? And the reason being, and if you're not at that state and you happen to get it to that state, the reason being is because there's a lack of a just cause. Why do you do what you do? You know, a lot of us still have the same why we did a year ago. If your why hasn't developed, you haven't developed. If your why has not developed, you as an individual have not developed. Why are you doing what it is that you're doing? And who is it that you're doing it for? You see, everything I do, I have an intention behind what I do. Everything that I do, I have an intention behind why it is that I do what it is that I do. But my intention is never to to receive. My intention is always to give. Allow me to explain. A lot of the times we build relationships with leaders inside of our organizations because we know that they're market makers inside of our organizations. And we're like, well, if we build a friendship, they stay close, they don't leave. But then they end up leaving, maybe to do their own thing, to another company, whatever the case may be. And we take a step back and we really look at it. We had a relationship with them, but it wasn't a genuine, authentic relationship. It was a business-oriented relationship. If 9 times out of 10, you're on the phone with your team and it's business, that's not a relationship. You're coworkers. That's not a relationship. You're coworkers. You see, I'm not afraid to show affection to my organization. I'm not afraid to tell them, yo, I love you. Give me a second. Speaking of my brother just hold up. I'm not afraid to tell my organization, yo, I love you. I appreciate you. I think that a lot of the times we're leaders and we think that that shows a sign of weakness. It doesn't. Yo, fellas, think about what you did to get your girl. Think about what you do to keep your girl. Love you too. Think about what you do to keep your girl. Imagine if you stop calling her beautiful every day. Imagine if you stop spending that one-on-one time with her. Imagine if you stop telling her that you're proud of her. Imagine if you stop, she's gonna leave your ass. Exactly. Well, it's the same thing, because how you do any relationship is how you do every relationship. So I have the intention every single day to make my wife fall more in love with me every single day. I have the intention to make my team fall in love with me every single day. I have the intention to bring happiness to my organization every single day, to make them laugh every single day. Like, yo, a lot of y'all don't know, I gave Mitch a heart attack right before we got on this call, but I guarantee she laughed. I guarantee I put some smiles on her face. She was like, yo, F this dude. I told her, like right before the call, I literally said, I was like, yo, yeah, I can't make it, sorry. And she didn't even write back. And I know she had read it. She was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I texted her afterwards. I was like, nah, I'm just kidding. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. And I do that in order to make them laugh. I do that in order to brighten up such a dull moment. I do that to shake them up a little bit. Everything I do, I have an intention behind why I do what I do. And it's always the intention to give. It's always the intention to give. I don't need to receive. You see, I don't receive from flesh. I receive from spirit. I don't need to receive from you guys. I can receive from what my God is going to give me, what my universe is going to give me. Y'all can't provide what it is that the man upstairs could provide for me. So when I give to you guys, I don't give expecting anything in return. I give with the intention to give life, to give happiness, to give fruition, to give laughter, to give love, to give change. That's the intention that I have. You know, my pastor was talking one day, and he said he brought this girl pre-COVID, obviously, but he brought this girl up to the stage, and he said, "Hold out your hand," and he held a bean, right, like a little bean, and he said, "This bean signifies blessing. It symbolizes blessing." So he dropped the bean in her hand. She held it, and then he said, "Now close your hand." And she closed it, and he went to go drop another bean, and it bounced off her fist. And he said, why couldn't you catch that blessing? Why couldn't you catch that bean? She said, because my hands are closed. You see, a lot of the time, God blesses us, and we hold on to what it is that we got. And we become so self-centered on what, yeah, I finally made this bread, I'm good. I finally got this check, I'm good. And God gave you what it is that you're looking for to see what you were going to do with it. Now, he went to go drop that second bean, which was another blessing, but she was so close-handed that she wasn't able to receive the next blessing that was bigger than the last. So then he said, I want you to, let's do this again. Whenever I drop a bean in your hand, I want you to give it away. Drop it. So he dropped one, she gave it away. Dropped 5, gave it away. Grabbed a handful, gave it away. Then grabbed 2 handfuls. She needed 2 hands. Notice the blessings start to multiply. So then she holds up open her hands and drops like 2 handfuls full. And then he grabs a bucket of beans and starts pouring it. And he said, whenever your hands get full, give it away. And before she could even go like this again, it was already full again. And again, give it away faster and faster and faster.
Yes.
Okay, so let me give
All right.
And faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And the blessings came and 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 came. That's the way it is that the universe, God, or whatever it is that you believe in works. You got to receive in order to give it away. To receive in order to give it away. If I receive happiness, I'm giving that happiness right back. Everything I do, I have an intention behind why it is that I do what I do. And it's never with the intention to receive anything in return, but to give away the exact blessing that I just got inside of my life. Yeah, I've invested over $4 million back into this business. I've invested $4 million back into this business. And a lot of people say, well, you know, Matt, I'll start investing when I go chairman. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. If you can't invest with the 500 you're making right now, you're not going to invest with the 500,000 that you have later. It's just not going to happen. If you don't know what to do with it right now, you're not going to know what to do with it then. So you practice from right now. Me and Jay been investing back in our business since we were making $600 a month. That's why when we got to almost 7 a month, we invest like there's no tomorrow. And we just threw a gala for the Miami team out here during convention that cost us 6 figs. Before that, we dropped 6 figs in promotions. Before that, right after that, right now, we're currently planning the chairman retreat. I don't know if Mitch and Jen have told you about it yet, but the chairman retreat, we're going out to Mexico. Y'all don't got to pay a thing. This thing will run me at least $500,000. You know, my chairman 10s and 25s, your stays covered. My 50s, you bring a +1, you ride in first class. My 100s, you get upgraded to a suite. My 250s and above, we flying in a PJ. And y'all are going to be spoiled when you're there. Trust me, anything we do it big. We're not afraid to give back because we know for a fact that our universe, our God's not afraid to provide what it is that we want to provide and what it is that we want in our lives, right? So you got to be that type of individual that has an intention behind every phone call, behind every conversation, behind every text, because with that intentional living comes purpose and passion. And now the three-way call is no longer just a three-way call. Now the training call is no longer just a training call. Now the event's no longer just an event. The retreat's not just a retreat. The boot camp's not just a boot camp. You're literally not willing to live for this opportunity, but also down to die for it. And I'm not just talking about the opportunity to go chairman, yo. It's much more than the opportunity to go chairman. It's much more than the opportunity to go chairman, but it's the opportunity to impact the life of someone else. The vast majority of people, they'll never have that opportunity in their life again to make a better world. I mean, whatever it is that you find this opportunity to be, I don't look at IM as an opportunity to get rich. I stopped looking at it like that a long time ago. I look at this as the opportunity to accomplish why I do what it is that I do. Not the what. I don't care about the how, but why it is that I do what it is that I do. What's your cause? And when you find that cause, are you in alignment? Are you in alignment with your organization? Are your ethics in alignment with what the cause is going to take? Because a lot of us, we have these goals. We have these goals. I had this one dude reach out to me. If he's on this call, God bless you, bro. But I had this one dude that reached out to me the other day, and he said, hey, I'm trying to put, he said, I just moved to Miami, and I'm trying to put 50 people in the building in the next 72 hours. I don't know anyone here. And I said, okay. I mean, that's a little tough. But let's talk about social media for a minute. And I started talking about, like, you go to the search tab, you type in the city, you look up places and start connecting with people. But then I went to his page, and this was all of his pictures. Getting high as a kite. Yo, I like to smoke. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I like to smoke. What do I look like on my page blowing clouds? What do I, he said, I knew it. What do I look like on my page blowing clouds? What do I look like getting on my story? And yo, a lot of people talk about how they want to get out the hood, but act like they're in the hood when they get out of the hood. You think we work this hard to stay the same? You really think that we work this hard in order to stay the same? Yo, shout out to my brother Cash. Cash the Great. Yeah, he keeps it real. He keeps it gully, but when it's time to suit up, he knows it's time to suit up. You know, a lot of you guys see Cash for what it is that you know him as a friend. But I saw him on a call the other day with a prospect of mine that's a six-figure earner inside of another company. And Cash was not that same Cash. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. And if you're trying to attract seven-figure earners into your business, are you acting like one? Are you portraying to be one? Are you showing growth? Because truth be told, I probably pushed more weight than anybody on this call. But when it came down to it, I had to leave that shit behind in order to get up. Why? Because elevation really does require separation. And the reason I was able to do that was because of the fact that I had a just cause. My why was way stronger. My why was way stronger. And because of that, people began to associate with that why. So are you in alignment with that cause? Are you acting as if? Because we got some big goals, but some of us ain't acting as if. That's what the close friends are for. You want to act ratchet? Throw it on the close friends. I'm ratchet on my close friends. It's all good. That's why we got a close friends. But at the end of the day, you are you are a representation of your organization. You are a representation of your leadership. You are. Do you have that just cause? Now, you got to be a chairman to get on that close friends list. Are you acting as if, and do you have that just cause? So look, guys, honestly, my time is up with you guys. I've been rocking with you guys for about 45 minutes, but I just want you guys to understand that we just getting started in this, baby. Like, we really, really just getting started on this. I mean that. We got to triple the production of what it is that we've done thus far in order to even scratch the surface, of the next set of goals. So we're literally just getting this thing started. Take comfort in the fact that you're here in the forefront before this thing blows up, because if you knew what I knew, you would do what it is that I do. Mitch, I'll pass this back on over to you. God bless you, sis. Let's run this thing up.
Guys, oh my God, literally, wow.
Let's-
I appreciate you, bro, so much. Matt, literally, yo, I can't, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I needed that. Every time this man speaks, I swear to God, it just hits different. It hits different. I don't know if, yo, yo, I'm like lost for words right now. That shit is so crazy.
Yo, if y'all want more sauce like this, like this type of like thought-provoking information, search up these two names that I'm about to drop into the chat box. So stop typing so I can drop these in real quick. These are the GOATs. These really are the GOATs. These are two individuals that are really going to set you guys off. I know they do for me on a day-to-day basis. So, yo, I got to run. I got to jump onto this next call. But I love you guys. Stay up, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Appreciate you, Matt.
Appreciate you, sis. Let's keep on running it.
Yo, guys, literally drop some fire in the chat. Just drop some fire in the chat, because we already know, like, this whole call was a vibe. Like, wow. I'm literally like, guys, when I tell yo, this literally just set me up for the next 50 days of the year. This one call, guys, and we just started the lineup. Family, we just started time to get Bryce next. Facts. We just started the lineup, family. Like, family, tomorrow we got the GOAT himself, Mr. Cash the Great, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss tomorrow's call. Don't miss any call. Same time from Sunday to Sunday. We running this up, family. Let's get it. I love, trust, and respect all of you guys. Let's run. I'm going to talk to you guys later, family.